Alright, welcome back, you burly brainiacs, and I'm glad you're here for the next episode in the series of the Timberborns. In the last few episodes, we've been trying to get the sluices in, we get our logs, quantities back in check, and kind of just make everybody happy, So they work longer, they work harder, they live longer. So, in this episode, I'm thinking we expand outward, but not the colony. I'm thinking we expand our controls of the water outward. We have some water controls here. We have some water controls over here. And we have some up here. We are decently happy. Then you get some wet fur. And this will all come later. Everyone's getting some entertainment in. And it's a little bit pretty around here. So we're going to continue working on these. However, from our last episode, we have a drought approaching. Not a big deal with the drought, only 1.8 days. We got plenty of water down here. We have water all stored through here, and we are getting water in our big tank. So, the goal of this episode is to be able to build all the way out here. And we're going to start at the farthest point. We're going to get, the plan is to get some storage here. Maybe even over here, some stairs up through the water. Get the explosives factory unlocked and get the tunnel unlocked as well. Which means we're going to need a badwater pump. And if you looked at that, I do not have enough science. I need somewhere around 2,600 science, 2,650 science, and I have 810. So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. We might have to get a few more scientists. Which looks like we do have one beaver who is not employed. So, what the plan is to get up into here, and we're gonna sluice all this closed. And then we're gonna sluice this closed. Actually, I'm gonna use this new tool called the layers tool. All right, you see, here's where our water comes out. We're gonna tunnel bore over this way. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. So we're going to do 5 wide, straight over. And then we're sluice this up so that fresh water can always flow. But as soon as it detects bad water, these sluices will open and start dumping. These sluices will close. And we'll be able to control all the bad water right here at its source. After that, we're going to work on this water supply. I don't think we can do the similar here because there's no roof on it. What we're gonna have to do is probably build a retention pond and then guide it out and over and dump it out that way, which will give us clean water and no more bad water in this area. We still have bad water coming in here, fine, no problem. And we have some bad water coming out of here. Also, it will backflow up into here, but I'm planning on putting a dam or some floodgates or something here. Again, problem solved. We have some bad water here, but this should always flow down and out, even if this is empty. We'll have some bad water come here. This will all flow out as well. So, that's the plan for this episode. Let's begin. Look at these beavers working hard, transporting all the metal. And we have Hila in here, making the logs and the scrap metal and turning them into metal blocks, which we're going to need for our sluices. Our sluices, they need planks and metal blocks. They don't need logs. Okay. Shoot. That's not what I was expecting. Alright, so we need to bring all the logs all the way back and then store planks and metal logs over here. Alright, I think that's the plan. Now, so the reason I'm doing the platforms here is because I do intend that this is probably going to have a bad tide long before we get this built. So this allows them to work through the bad tide and not get into the bad tide and get sick. So that's the end. That's really the goal here. And then we're probably gonna need a lot of workers over here so that they'll cut all these trees down so we have some room for storage of our materials we need to build all this, because we're gonna need explosives, we're gonna need metal blocks, we're gonna need planks. So just want this whole area cleared out. We gotta make sure we keep putting our path in here though, because these trees will plant more trees. And then actually just to really make sure we're focusing on the right area. I want him, actually, who is this? Gonog. Oh, we got 2 people in here. Alright, I want them to focus on these trees so I can build the path. And then our builders can come out and do our... I'll start working on all this. I think that's a plan. Everyone just sitting around and enjoying the fire. Hard day of work, huh? Hey, I'm glad you're all here. Can't build that though, can I? Until I got tunnel first and then build my sluices. Shoot! I guess we could start planning this because we're gonna need to dam this up. Or levee. We're gonna need to levee this. We're gonna need to levee on top of there, right? And do another one like that. Do another one like that. Is that correct? It seems not correct. Right? Because do that. No. We could just do it here. And then say close above contamination level of 1%. And then as soon as it hits 1%, these close. And then it'll raise up. This, we got 1.5 thousand science. What we got? 10. I'm thinking we have 5 suppliers. So I'm thinking we need at least a 5 opening. So we'll do 6. So it's uniform. Yeah. We're gonna do 6 through all this, which is how many spaces? I can't count them. Shoot. It's gonna be something like 1, 2-ish, 3-ish, 4-ish, 5-ish, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish. 12, 24, 30, 36. Okay, so I gotta get 36 dynamite minimum. Actually, no, I need 72. And I don't know, can I do the bottom ones and then do the top ones? Or do I need to do all the tops and then come through and do all the bottoms? I think I'm just going to be safe about it and do this. There we go. Then you can come up and we can start building across. Just path that now so I don't forget it. Alright, I actually don't know what the deal is here. Alright, pull this down. There we go. Then get our tunneling. There. This is gonna take. Oh, can we do 2 at a time? So we've pre-planned this. Might even get this construction started before we get our extract for this. This was the whole goal of this video. All right, so what do we store extract in? I believe it's this. Yeah. Do this, that, and that. Store another extract. Obtain. High prioritize because we're high prioritize. High prioritize because we're high prioritizing everything. Oh, they did build those. You know, we can build one up, right? Let's just. Yeah, I don't think I actually even. Oh no. I don't think I even needed these. That was silly because we could build one up the whole time. So once they put this, once this gets built. Oh, are they building in there? Okay, yeah, we got to cut them off early. Honestly, we should probably just cut them off way back here and do a big section of it. Because last time I did this, they just ignored me and then they kept building. So hopefully if I do a big section, they're like, oh yes, you're right, I cannot reach it. Alright, so that's all of our sluices. From here on out, it's just logs, logs, logs. Get built out and around here. Dynamite. And this one will be done. So they automatically detonate this. They're not. Okay. Oh. Alright. For the finale, we shall prioritize all those to be very high. Got 2 more to build here. I can detonate this layer. Nice. Detonate. Beautiful. Very good progress we're making over here. Very good. Alright. All of our logs are in. We just need to. Who's it gonna be? Nice. And we are. It is completed. Alright, so this bad tide controller should take us right off the edge. And that's done. Very nice. We'll see how that works next bad tide. And then our last bit of bad tide controls. Oh wait, that's not what I want to do. Work, 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 work. Nice, okay. Not doing too bad here. Try to get, looks like we might get a double layer all the way through. What we can do is start planning our sluices. Alright, so that's pre-planned. Double check their progress. They really just don't want to build this for some reason. Can't get required materials, but they're building all the rest of these out. Alright. Bad tide is approaching. So we'll get to see if this is going to work right here. In 3 days, we'll know if this was all worth it or if I need to completely redesign it. We got a bad tide. Let's see if it works. Where's it at? Here it is. It worked. Sweet. So we still got the bad tide pushing in from this direction, but it's a lot less because we don't have 2 of them. So the hope is that once the fresh water comes in, it'll clean enough out that these can either get enough fresh water to open a little bit until this is all empty, or this will all just flush out and then this will just open the fresh water all the way in. That's the goal. This one should actually be kind of easy. We'll just fill it up and then we'll just do a sluices here. Do that same levee and then push it back out over that way. And that one will be solved. That's probably next episode though. I really just want to get, we got this one done. I didn't even think we'd get this one done. So that's a bonus for you guys right there. And then we get this one done. That's going to be it for the episode, and everything else we'll get the next one. All right. Drought's almost over. We did lose our water in the downtown area. I'm hoping this gets cleaned out enough that our contamination drops under the 10%, and it works. Then it should come down here, push all this contamination out one way or the other. Let's get this hooked up as soon as possible so that we can keep moving forward with the march of the progress. I do want to actually high prioritize all of this and all of this. That is what I want everyone to be focused on. We still have, yep, we still got dynamites, explosives, and we still have extract. I think we might be able to do this. Ooh, is that our first hole through? It is. Here we go. The tunnel boring machine is coming through. There it is. We have our tunnel. Alright, so now we can focus on this and this. And then we can focus on this, which then allow me to bring this down so I can see inside here. And then we will demolish this path and this path. Come over here, get our sluices. Like that. Oh, we need one more. One more sluice. A levee and a levee. Prioritization of that stack. There we go. And then these need to be the highest of high priorities. These will close below contamination level of 5%. Okay. We're good there. Alright, so now we just gotta build this out and be... I know everyone in the comments, I know already, I know I don't need this. I just like it. A drought is approaching. That's the next thing we gotta figure out too. We have to get some water storage. Yeah, but we gotta be able to control the bad water before we can start doing water storage. Donezo. Alright. Now... Whoa, what happened? We can demolish this and that. We survived that drought. Actually, we didn't do too bad either. Although it looks like all of our water's gone. All of our carrots are gone. And the only thing we have is the blueberries that we had in storage. So, yay. Alright guys, this is completed. And now we're just waiting on a bad tide to come to give it a test. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know that you liked it. If you want to see if this works, you have to come back for the next episode to find out. Anyway, I'm glad you were here. I'm glad you're with me. Make sure you subscribe. Help me enjoy my time making these videos. It's something that I really just enjoy doing in general. Playing these games and making the videos. So subscribe to be here. I appreciate you. Peace.